point, feel free to just take comfortably, right? The thing is, you cannot step on the pad. All right, I was wrong. So, when you get to this point, I'm going to call clear, all right? When you hear clear, you can drop down, just like the over here, okay? All right, so we're going to go, any questions? Questions? Nope. All right. Demonstration? Clear. All right, right up to the ring sliders. Get away from me, please. Alrighty guys, so this is the ring slider, very cut and dry, alright? One thing is, you want to notice it's hanging on tape right now. If you do not set it off of that tape, it will be very hard to slide. So make sure you set it off of the tape before you slide, right? Once you get past the red, alright, and the red ends, you can dismount, alright? So feel free to dismount anywhere through here, right? This is considered blue, alright? See those blue arrows all the way through. Straight for me, watch yourself right here. Alright, and dismount onto the light blue. So again, after the red ends, you can dismount. Alright? We're going to continue right here. This is our cannonball alley. Alright, you see we have different holes, alright? What you want to do? Hands only. You cannot use the runners, right? You see the top of the runner, the thing that it's hanging from. You cannot use, alright? So what I mean, you cannot do this, alright? So it's going to be harder on the ring. When you get to the banana and you feel like, you grab, right? Do not use that. If you feel yourself on the runner, come back down. If you don't, that's a DQ, okay? Again, don't make that decision, alright? So, you're going to use your hands as efficiently as possible to press all the way to this side. Good point, Giant. Thank you. Exit from the blue platform onto the right side down the ramp. Okay? Question. Okay, the last thing up. If you feel comfortable, that's up to you. So if you feel so how about the Drew? If you pull the Drew and catch it and then okay. So show control on the third one. Yes, you can. To climb the rope, yes, you can use your legs. Yes. Yes, if you can static them, yes. Questions, Giant? Yes, sir. Yes, they are the same distance, yes. All right, anybody else? Everybody have a good understanding? Yes, sir.
Until Grace's graduation party.
No, again, that's what he was saying. You can, that's an option, okay? So however quickly you can get through it. Anybody else?
I know nothing. I see nothing.
All right, everybody head up. We're going to the dominoes next. Dominoes next. Alrighty, guys, huddle around these dominoes. This is called domino row. Alrighty? So you notice we're starting on a dark blue cylinder. We're ending on a dark blue cylinder, okay? So, feet only on the dominoes themselves, okay? Now, if you happen to fall,
In the back.
hands don't come in contact with one of these steps, and you still complete without touching the red, that is a clear, okay? Yes, yes, sir, you can. So you can use your hands on here. If you happen to fall for whatever reason, your hands are on here and not on here, that is a clear. So if this saves you from touching the red, right, going that way, you can. Okay? So if you feel that if it hits that and you fall into it, you're still standing on top of
That's good. We can watch.
So, if you want to risk pushing and keeping your foot here, go right ahead. Otherwise, as soon as one foot makes contact with the first step, you go. So you cannot touch and come back to this platform. Does everybody understand that? As soon as your foot makes contact with the first step, that is the start of the obstacle. So you cannot come back to that step. Clear? Everybody clear on that? All right, very good. Also, we didn't go over this, but when we're starting, there's 4 beats that are going to start your run. 3 different beats, 3 beats, and then 1 different sounding beat. This is what it's going to sound like. This is what it's going to sound like. The last high-pitch beat is your sign to go. Do not go ahead of time, or we may cue you, or we may make you restart, and we're going to hold things up. So, last beat, 3 good beats, 1 high-pitch beat, then you go. The Mario tones for the parents, that means they completed the obstacle. So, bling sound, that means they completed the obstacle. Any other questions? Let's get this thing started. I need the first 3 competitors. Aiden Noris, Cristian Rummenie, Sammy Piccione Age. Rummenie. Got it. Our staging area when we call your name is going to be right by the office here. From here we will call you to the starting platform. All right.
And then
Giovanni, are you ready up there? Obstacle centers, Sarah, good. Ryan, good. Simon's ready. Dan's ready. Dan's ready. Are you ready? All right, let's get this thing started, guys. Here's Dave. Let's hear it for him.
We're here live at the Warrior Factory for our National Ninja League Qualifier. We are currently in our pre-teen division. That's ages ranging from 11 and 12 years old. First competitor on the course is Aiden Noris. So far, so good for through the first 3 obstacles. We're coming to you live here in the commentating booth at the Warrior Factory. We've got myself, Chris Fantuzzo, and a good buddy, Jason Gersonia, as well.
Right now we've got Aiden up on the ring maze. Made his way through the first 5 obstacles. Makes his way through the 6th. Now we'll head to the pipe slider. Clears that, now he's on to Ring Alley.
Now the difficult part about this obstacle is the variation of the holds. So you go from cannonballs and banana-like obstacles. It's a lot more difficult than it looks here. He's doing a good job. A little hung up here. Let's see if he can work up some momentum to get to that next ring. Oh, and he's got it. One more good one. Beautiful. Wow. Strong competitor right here, Aiden.
Going up to the wing nuts. First time we've seen this obstacle today in the competition so far, of all the age groups.
Yeah, Jay, how do you feel about this one? This one looks, I don't know, man. This one just looks tough. Let's see how he does.
I'm excited to see it in action. Aiden, the first competitor on the course for the 11 to 12 age group. Struggling, has a good grab on it. Let's see if we can get that other hand in there. Locked it in. Now he's got to get a good swing to make it this transfer.
Oh, that's a good try, though. That's a good try.
Good effort. Always tough being the first competitor.
Having a little bit of technical difficulties here. Bear with us. There we go. So he did, in fact, hit the 12-foot warp wall on his first attempt with a great set-off run there with Aiden Noris, age 11. Cristian Rummenie up on the course now. Coming up on the balance tank. This is our 5th obstacle in this qualifying course.
Coming up on the trampoline to the ring maze. Got to get a good strike on this trampoline to make it up to the obstacle.
Well, looks like he got it with no problem there.
Looks like he's keeping a pretty good rhythm.
Caught up on that last hump. Oh, he got it. And that's a clear. Moving right along. Onto the pipe slider. Yeah.
Going towards ring alley.
Yeah,
Got a couple different holds in there.
Yeah, this obstacle here, this one's really going to test their upper body strength. Wow, just made that one look easy.
Coming up to the wing nut. 2nd competitor to try this today.
So believe it or not, just getting up to that obstacle is an obstacle in itself.
Chris, you're an experienced ninja veteran of the show. What's different about this swing, the side to side, as opposed to...
Well, yeah, Jay, a side lache here. Oh, so close there. A side lache is much more difficult than just a straight on lache. It's a totally different technique.
So that's the tricky part of that obstacle.
Man, he's really made these balance obstacles look easy. First attempt on the warp wall. Close, but
Just
no.
short.
And a thrilling finish. Close, but unfortunately he did not get that 12-foot wall. Still a great run by Cristian.
Coming up on the second obstacle, he's making his way through the double balance bar. After this, he'll head to the ring toss.
Here we've got young Sammy Piccione, age 11. So far, no struggles on the course.
Going through these rings nice and smooth, making it look easy.
Switch. So this is the last obstacle here before we really start getting upper body intensive. The upper body section is started right now with the ring maze. And going back to what Jay said there, you gotta hit you gotta hit that trampoline right in order to get to the obstacle.
Good dismount from the slider. Now we'll come over to the ring alley. Again, these cannonballs and bananas are not easy to grab onto, so it really tests the grip strength. Some competitors going with the two-hand approach. Heads up's got a hold of the rope, and he's going to try to make it up to that first wing nut.
This obstacle here, man, this is really going to separate the elite from the good right now. This is two very difficult transfers. He's got some good momentum.
Going, yeah.
Yeah, and we've got our first transition. Bear with us here. We're trying to get you a good shot of this next transfer.
See that last wing nut in the top left. Oh, and he just misses the grab. Oh. Great effort from Sammy. He's the farthest competitor to make it on the wing nut so far.
Unfortunately, his time did stop on that ring maze, though. Breezes through the dominoes. Good try. Second attempt coming up. Oh, and time expired. Up on the course is Bobby Melcher. He's at the top age of his bracket with a 12-year-old.
Going flying through the course so far, putting up a really strong time, making the ring toss look easy.
Yeah, Bobby here, he's one of our local ninjas. This is kind of, you can say, home field advantage.
Through the rope swing, easy. Here comes the balance tank.
And he's clear. Right into the ring maze.
Yeah, really hit that trampoline well.
And he is flying through this course so far.
Having a little trouble finding where to go next. The seventh obstacle is the slider, and he's through. Coming down ring alley. That last blue ball down the ring, then dismount, and he sticks it. That's a clear.
All right, so Bobby's probably been our strongest competitor so far. He's got the best time. Let's see how he does on the wing nuts. We're expecting big things out of Bobby.
He's got a good grab on that first one.
So even though he did fail, the competitors, his time does stop, but the competitors are getting a chance to run through the rest of the course. This way it gives them some good experience, good exposure. Bobby is still in good shape though. He made it to those wing nuts pretty fast. So it's definitely something to watch. Is if nobody does, in fact, if 3 people don't beat those wing nuts, then it does come down to time. So keep that in mind as we watch the rest of the participants.
Brody Lyons, Wyatt Short, and Emmet Forrestel. Giovanni, set. Ryan, set. Sarah, video. Timer is ready. Timer's ready. Shane, are you ready? Let's go.
Shane's going through the sonic curve, making it looks easy. Good save on the dismount there. Coming up to the second obstacle, balance obstacle, and he's through. Here he comes on the ring toss. Making it look easy. Nice swing, keeping his momentum going. And a clean dismount.
So Jay, what do we got going on tomorrow?
Tomorrow we have our adult and teen competitors. Age 16 to 17 is going to be early in the day. Then we're finished off with the 18 and over.
That's right. I think our teen bracket is starting, or young adults are starting at 10 a.m. That's going to go to noon, and then our adult comp starts right at 1 o'clock and should be finishing up around 3. I did hear that we're having a couple American Ninja Warrior competitors competing on this qualifying course at the Warrior Factory.
That's great live action. Can't get that anywhere but the show, and you can just come down to the Warrior Factory and check it out.
Yeah, so we are selling admission tickets for spectators. It's going to be $5 to come watch.
So Shane put up a pretty good time through those first 8 obstacles. Now he's headed up to the wing nuts.
And we really have yet to see somebody beat these wing nuts. Let's see if he takes a different approach here. What I would recommend is if he could get both hands like he has on the other side of the wing nut, it's going to be a little bit easier of a lâché. And at that point, he could then lâché forwards rather than side to side. And for all the viewers that don't know what a lâché is, it's when you are gripping something and you completely let go and swing to something else and re-grab.
Like that, he went for it. Good effort from Shane, able to complete 8 obstacles, which is the most we've seen so far. Tied for the most. Second attempt at the wall. Oh. Ooh, inches short. Good effort from Shane. Like right by that first domino.
Shane Wright, another great run, but man, these wing nuts are really giving these competitors a hard time.
Could very well come down to time. How fast they get through up to that wing nut.
got Mason Evarts on the course.
Quickly onto the fourth obstacle, the rope swing. Makes it through a good dismount. He's onto the rolling balance tank. Making it look like a walk in the park. And he's got to hit this trampoline to get up to the ring maze. Nice, a good jump from Mason.
He's a little caught up here at the end part of this ring maze. Oh, but quickly through it. Quickly corrects himself. Alrighty, now moving on to the pipe slider. Yeah. Mason Evarts, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see how he fares on the wing nuts after this. If he makes it there, I'm surprised to see, or I wouldn't be surprised to see if he clears them.
He's looked pretty smooth so far. Got to use that rope to get up to the first wing nut. He's eyeing it, measuring it. Might need to grab a little higher in that rope.
There he goes. Yeah. So those knots in the rope, those help a lot for your grip strength right there. Because if you're not on a knot, your hand slips down.
Oh,
wow! What a great catch. Mason Evarts, ladies and gentlemen. The first one to complete the wing nuts. He's moving on to the dominoes. Wow.
And he's through just the wall left. Could be the first
Mason
competitor.
Evarts. Oh, first attempt, close. Yeah, our first competitor to clear this course. Mason Evarts, wow, with a great time.
Where you guys normally come down?
All right, are we good over there, Giovanni? Sarah, Ryan, timer. Let's go.
So Brody making his way to the third obstacle, the ring toss. Got a pretty good pace going here. Nice. He's got his arms locked at 90 degrees, which is really helpful for this ring maze. You can stay locked out. Caught up a little bit on that right side, and he powers through. Headed towards the slider, and then he'll be on to Rockhold Alley.
As you can see there, he's got his coach walking alongside, giving him some tips, some motivation. Very nice. Last up was our first clear on the wing nuts. Let's see if Brody can follow through.
Got a good grab on that first one. Let's see if he can get both hands on it.
We got some excitement from the fans. Oh.
He can't hold on. Good effort from Brody. He's also completed 8 obstacles, joining the top couple competitors. He'll finish out here running through the dominoes. Headed up our 12-foot wall. First attempt, and he grabs on and pulls himself up. But his time did stop on the wing nuts.
the entire time. Only a coach and our camera staff is allowed on the floor. Giovanni, are you ready? Ryan, Sarah, Andrew. Timer. Wyatt, you ready? Do it.
Currently on the course, we have Wyatt Short, age 11. He's on the lower end of our bracket, but it doesn't seem to be slowing him down at all. Moving through these ring toss quite nicely. Oh, and it looks like we had his foot touch the red there on the swing over. So unfortunately, his time does stop there. But again, he's going to get a chance to finish the course.
You just have to ask them to take your feedback in regards to it. But their coaches are not. They'll probably let me set it over there.
All right, right this way, right through. Everybody stop the wall behind the stand. Good job, buddy, good job. Right down this way. I'm in a row, get it. Clear. All the way up, come on, go get that buzzer, go get it. Take a deep breath. All the way, come on.
So that's Wyatt's second attempt at the warp wall. He has one more attempt left to make it up.
He's getting some help from the audience here.
We've had a really lively, active crowd today, cheering on every competitor in all age groups.
Have you done them? You haven't done them?
All right, timer's ready. Emmet, are you ready? All right, let's do it.
And we've got Emmet Forrestel on the course.
Flew through those first three obstacles, and he makes it through the fourth. Putting up a pretty good time so far. As we've seen the rest of the competitors, it could come down to how fast he gets to those wing nuts. They've taken a lot of competitors out so far in this competition.
Yeah, Jay. So far, it's looking like the quickest one to get to those wing nuts. You're right.
Got a little hang up here. He's powering through the ring maze pretty quick. Clears and goes up to the slider. Coming through Rockhold Alley. Goes with the one-hand grip on the banana and the cannonball. Impressive grip strength from Emmet. Now let's see how he deals with the wing nuts.
The dreaded wing nuts. Emmet, come on. Let's see another completion here. So far, he's been strong through this course.
Got a good grab. Interesting grip here, Chris. What do you think about the switch grip? One hand on each side. Oh, he fixes it and straightens himself out. Let's see if he can get the swing.
Oh, it looks like his grip just gave out there. It's a long time to be holding yourself up, especially after the taxing upper body obstacles before that.
A lot of people are failing on the wing nuts, but that could be to how difficult Rockhold Alley's been on their grip.
Oh, I definitely think that's what's doing it. Coming off Rockhold Alley straight to the wing nuts, definitely not an easy transition. Currently Gregory Kaatz on the course. Oh, and it looks like an early knockout. That double trainer bar is definitely not something to overlook. Again, that plays on both the physical and mental strength of this sport. One false step and you're done. Let's see how Gregory fares on the rest of this course.
Would love to see him get through the wing nuts, even though he's already stopped his time. So if you're just joining us, we've had one competitor complete the course so far. And that was 11-year-old Mason. Other than that, we've got a bunch of people bunched up who've made it to the wing nuts but have not completed them. So that would be 8 obstacles completed. It could come down to time. Gregor here finishes the ring maze. Now he'll go to the slider.
Oh, and we actually have Carl Fantuzzo, aka the Big C, joining us. Big C, why don't you give the fans that are viewing some kind words?
All I can say is I'm real happy that the competition's going the way it is. The courses, I think, have been set up perfectly. I attribute a lot of that to my staff. Took a lot of hours to, oh, he went down there. That's okay. He's been solid throughout this whole run. Give a lot of credit to the staff, though. They really set these courses up perfectly. We were hoping to have a few finishers for each age bracket, and right now we're there. So a lot of props to them. The course is holding up good, and a lot of props to Chris Wachewski for really being a part of the National Ninja League, getting this thing started and letting us be a part of that. So appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, definitely a huge thank you to Chris Wachewski again. Over 2,000 competitors so far this year on the National Ninja League. Over 50 different locations have hosted these competitions internationally. So again, a huge shout out to Chris Wachewski. He is the creator of the National Ninja League. Definitely a cool experience bringing the American Ninja Warrior feel to the youth and the ones that cannot get on the show. So again, thank you, Chris Wachewski, and a big thank you to the NNL. ball, but just can't quite pull himself over.
Sorry about that. I was on air there on the live stream with those words of advice. Anyway, we're going to take a couple minute break here. Guys, got to upload a couple things for the live stream, so we're going to take about a 2 or 3 minute break. Don't mean to ice it now. We're going to get down to starting class for just a few minutes, though. Radio silence. There he dies.
A look at our leaderboard here for the preteen division. Again, our only completion is Mason Evarts with a crazy wing nut completion there. The only competitor to do so far. Other than that, it's pretty much looking like the fastest to get to the wing nuts. Jay, you want to weigh in on that?
Well, so far we've seen a lot of competitors come down. You can see a bunch of them bunched up right there. Only 14 seconds separating second and fourth. So one of those could cost someone a qualifying spot.
I want to listen to them commentate, but she's going. Chris and them are commentating. They're making comments as they go, as you guys go. Said I want to listen to them. How does this evolve? They play it at our house on the
In the box. And we make courses in the pit.
yeah, they make
We
courses
put
in the
like
pit.
big build balls in the ditch in the pit and then jump in them. And then if you fall, fly into the
And we've got Justin Conway there in the blue t-shirt, operator of the Brooklyn Zoo Ninja Gym down in Brooklyn, New York. Definitely a pleasure to have him. I believe this is his first time in the Warrior Factory. There we've got Giovanni. If you guys like the artwork on our 12-foot warp wall, that was Giovanni.
Everybody else off the floor. That includes those 3 people that just snuck in here. Get them out of the way. Just kidding, I love you guys. Giovanni, how are we looking up there? Giovanni, good? Sarah, got Sarah good? Ryan, camera's good, timer's ready? Most importantly, is our competitor ready? Let's get it.
Lundenn Foss currently on the course. Oh, and just walking in here, we've got Joe Dubuque, 2-time American Ninja Warrior competitor. Joe, do you have anything to say about the competition so far?
First of all, you got to love the gym. You got to love the setup, the course setup. The staff is working their butt off, and this is an awesome course. It tests a little bit of balance, speed, agility, climbing, hanging, swinging. It's everything that you'd want out of a ninja course.
That's right, that's right. That's what we try to do here at the Warrior Factory. So far, Lundenn is great through the first 5 obstacles. And another clear. Joe, what's a good technique to use here? Should you stay with your arms completely straight? Do you want to keep them bent? What do you think?
I think the long arm is the way to go, but use those hips, use those knees. When you watch the good ninjas like Chris Wilczewski or Joe Morosky, they're going to pop those hips, and they're going to use their hips to create that elevation. I think that's where you want to be on that one.
Okay, it makes sense. So popping those hips, that's going to take a little bit of weight off your hands then, correct? It's going to make it a little bit easier to get that ring over the hump.
Yeah, for sure. Think about where your strong muscles are. Our core is going to be our strongest muscle group, so let's use those instead of our little chicken wings.
I like it. I like it. Oh, and unfortunately, Lundenn goes down on the rock hold alley. That's okay, though. Let's see how he does on the wing nuts. So unfortunately, his time did stop there.
You got to think, with a name like Lundenn Foss, this kid has a bright future in Ninja. What a name.
Definitely one I could see at the top of the leaderboard coming up. And Lundenn, on his very first attempt on the 12-foot wall, nails it. A great way to end the course. So we've got Tyler up on the starting block. He is actually part of the Warrior Factory curriculum classes. He's actually one of our strongest students we have. So let's see how he does here on our qualifying course. You can see he's using those knots so that he doesn't have to rely too much on grip strength. Especially once your hands start to get sweaty, they could slip, so those knots are very useful. So far, he's representing the Warrior Factory curriculum very well. There you go. So as Joe was saying, he's using those hips. He's got a good swing going. And he crushed that. Moving on. Coming up on the 8th obstacle in this brutal qualifying course. And a one-handed grip on the banana. A little caught up here on the cannonball, but builds up enough momentum to get through. Very nice. So, Joe, since I still have you here, talk to us. What's a good technique to use on these wing nuts? Because it seems that they're giving everybody some trouble.
Yeah, man, these kids are giving it all they got out there. It's one of those obstacles. It's super intimidating the first time on it, and it's definitely a foreign move. We're all used to lashaying in a forward motion. When you get this side-to-side action, you just got to rely on your hips. Get those hips up. Use your knees and your hips to create the swing, and then trust your hands. You're right there. You're going to get it. Just got to kind of trust, sell out, and go get it.
I like it. So a lot of it you're saying is commitment. It's one of the hardest things in this sport is just committing to it.
Get those hips up. He has enough right there. Go get it.
He's got it. Come on, Tyler. Oh.
See, like right at the last second he went.
Yep.
What number was Tyler?
Completed 8. Next up on the course, we've got Logan Venti. Skipping a ring there. Wow. Really showing off that wingspan. Ah. And it looks like he might have skimmed that red mat there on the rope swing over. You got to be careful of that. You want to hold a little bit higher up on the rope just so you make sure that that doesn't happen. Definitely could be nerves. We're still early here in this course. It takes a few obstacles to get those nerves out.
Rope swings are always tough. You want to make sure you get your hands high enough, but you don't want to be too high because you want to be able to get to the platform. It's always a tough judgment to figure out where to get those hands on those rope swings.
That's right, because the lower you are on the rope, you risk touching the mat, but if you're higher up, then you would lose distance, correct?
Yeah, you might not get there, but you know, I think these guys want to be right in between those two knots. Big pull back and just commit.
Come on, Logan, you got this. I got a good feeling about Logan.
He's got that Warrior Factory gear on his shirt.
Oh, yeah, that's probably what's doing it for
you
me,
know,
Joe.
they're churning him out there. Little
yeah! He's got that first transition.
Get those hips up. Go get it. Here we go. Static hit?
Yeah! And our second competitor to pass the wing nuts. Ooh. Oh, and a tough drop there on the dominoes. First try is a no-go on the 12-foot wall. Let's see if he's got it in him in the second. Ooh, just inches shy that second try. Oh, man. A solid run, though. Only the second competitor today to beat those wing nuts. So, Logan Venti, a shout-out to you. Great job, buddy. And it looks like he might have caught the red mat on that rope swing. So, again, touching on that tough judgment on where to keep your hands. So, unfortunately, his time did stop. But like we've said in the past, he is going to finish out this course. So we're just checking a few cables here. We apologize for the live stream being down. We're just checking a few cables here, making sure everything's up and running. You just got to bear with us for a minute. Alrighty, it looks like we have diagnosed the problem.
Go to scene 1 down there. Yep. And then double click. And then did you get the time? 30.79 on the 3rd.
All right, we're ready to resume action. Giovanni, how you doing back there? Ryan, Sarah, Andrew. Ready for that time to reset? You let me know when you're clear.
'Michael Pretty with a close call on that rope swing. Just barely getting by, almost nicking that red mat, but our main judge said it was a clear, so he's good. We've got Danny in his Goku pants. Sporting the style. Oh, and a tough miss there from Michael. So this is Chris Fantuzzo reporting live. I'm going to be taking a short break, so I'm handing it over to my colleague, Jay Gersonia. Here he is. Jay, it's all you. Take good care of him, all right?
All right, thanks, Chris. Hope we can get you back in here. So as Michael finishes up, I'd just like to take time to tell you about the NNL Finals for the kids. It's going to be in Township, Michigan at the Edge Gym, and that's February 16th. So this is an NNL qualifier event. So the top 3, male and female in each age, will qualify for that finals on February 16th in Michigan. So we have Anella on the course. She's taking her time on the sonic curve. Does not want to go out on the first obstacle, and she clears it with the dismount to the platform. She's coming through the second obstacle up to the ring toss. We've seen a lot of different techniques on the ring toss today. I don't think I've seen anyone with her approach yet, but she's making it work. Smoothly through the ring toss onto the rope swing. And she's cleared, just making it without touching the red. And she clears the fifth obstacle, the balance tank. Gets a good bounce on the trampoline there. Hung up a little bit on that right side of the ring maze. Straightens out, just keeping that momentum going. And she clears. Now she'll come up to the seventh obstacle, the slider. So Rockhold Alley has been difficult for many competitors, but let's see. Ooh, she can't quite get a grip on that first banana. Going with the two-hand approach. We've seen both one and two-hand approaches from competitors today. Now she's just got to hit the dismount. And she'll head up to the wing nuts with a pretty good time. We've seen some struggles with getting to the wing nut. She looks like she has a pretty good grip on the rope. Let's see if she can get up there. Ooh, and she's down on the wing nuts that have taken out so many competitors in this age group. So that stops her time, and she'll finish out with the dominoes and then the warped wall. So we just had our first female competitor run the course. That was Anella, and she put up a pretty strong run, made it through 8 obstacles in 1:35. Next up, we have our second female to run the course today, Autumn. She'll get underway here in a couple seconds. She'll go through the sonic curve. Flying through those first 2 obstacles. Autumn here going just through the rings, just like the regular monkey bars. Pretty quick time. Let's see how she does with the rope swing. Right into it. She goes on to the 5th obstacle, the balance tank. Hops, big dismount from Autumn. Let's see if she can hit the ring. Big spring off the trampoline, and she's already halfway through the ring maze. Strong run so far from Autumn, through 6 obstacles already. Good dismount on the slider. Now she'll come to Rockhold Alley. One of the few competitors we've seen use chalk so far in this age group. She's going back to the ring to build up some swing to get to the next obstacle. Here comes the last, more difficult hold, and then the ring and dismount. She's through. She's up to the wing nuts. Both female competitors so far have made it to the wing nuts. Got a good hold on that first one. She's going to need to turn herself around somehow. There she goes. She's got that good side-to-side swing going. Let's see if she can make the catch. Oh, she makes it on the first transfer. Big reach from Autumn. And she saved it. She cleared 8 obstacles. The first female to make it through the wing nuts. And the second competitor to clear the course, Autumn. The first female to clear it and the second overall competitor of the day. What a run from Autumn. So right now we got Giancarlo on the course, but let's just go back to Autumn's run for a second. The second female competitor through the course, and she blazed through it, set the best time of the day by 20 seconds, the second finisher. Amazing run from Autumn. We see Giancarlo through 4 obstacles, heading up to the balance tank, the 5th obstacle. Gets a good bounce on the trampoline. He's up to the rings on the ring maze. Going up to the sliders through 6 obstacles. Sticks to dismount. Rock hold alley. Coming up, we see a bunch of difficult grips in here. The banana, the cannonball, and the small blue cannonball towards the end. So, 2 hands on the cannonball. That's the safest way. He goes back to the banana to get some swing. So he needs to reach out and grab that ring, and he gets it. And dismount. Now onto the wing nuts for Giancarlo. Taking out so many competitors today. Gets one hand on it. Let's see if he can get both. Nice. Successfully onto the first wing nut. Let's see if he can make the transition. Got a pretty good swing going. Ooh. Looks like he wanted to let go, but held on for a little bit too long. Good effort from Giancarlo, completing 8 obstacles, and he'll finish out the course with the dominoes and the warped wall. So we have a live looking at the leaderboard. We just saw Autumn a couple runs ago tear up the course, finished with a time of 1:55.77, giving her the best overall time of the day. And Mason's leading for the boys, finished the course, the only female to complete the course with a time of 2:16.84. So shout out to those 2 competitors, the only 2 to complete the course so far. One male, 1 female. So on the course right now, we have Sean Pretty. That last name might look familiar if you're looking at the lower third, because his brother was just on the course. Michael Pretty went a couple runs ago. So Sean, you know he wants to beat his brother's time and obstacles. Sean's looking solid here on the ring toss. Coming up towards the fourth obstacle, the rope swing. And he's down on the rope swing. Another competitor taken out by the rope swing. He'll finish out with the balance tank, the ring maze, the slider, the rock hold, the wing nuts, the dominoes, and the warp wall.
Beat that wall. Beat that wall. Oh, good try, good try. Come on. Two more cuts. Let's get this now. Let's hear it. Let's do it for the person. Come on. Beat that wall. Beat that wall. Beat that wall. Beat. Oh, man, right there. You're right there. Come on, let's get it right now. All the way up. Get that wall right now. Come on. Get your buzzer.
So we have Avery Miller, and she's through the first obstacle, the Sonic Curve. One of the funnest obstacles on the course today. She's through the second obstacle, the double trainer bar. Let's see how she does on the ring toss. Getting a grip on that first one. Trying to get a good push to that second ring. She's got it. Let's see if she can make the transition. Oh, and she's down after a good effort on the ring toss.
You can do this. It's okay. Good try. Good try. All the way through the pit. All the way through the pit.
At least you should spot him on it.
All right, you're doing great, lady. You're doing great. Sorry, that bag is sometimes the hardest part about getting out of there. All right, she's out. Here she comes. Here she comes, guys. She goes down there. She goes down there. What's scarier? This course or the fact that you're built something to take these things? The course, all right, good answer. Is everybody ready? Timer ready? Okay, you got me serious, Caleb? Caleb's father actually put this whole entire timing system. It's called Ninja Works. They do a great job here. They travel all over the country and they put in timing systems. It's designed, his own design, software, all the hardware is all designed by this man, Carl. Right here, man, Carl. This guy spent tireless hours that's setting up this timing system when we first opened so we get it ready for our grand opening. The guy's amazing. So if you ever open a Ninja gym, as long as it's not in Rochester, Carl will take care of you. All right. Are you ready to go, Ken? Show us how it's done.
So we had Big C just give a nice warm shout out there to Carl. He is the technician and creator of the timer system, the lights that we've got in this facility. So everything that's making this competition run smoothly, 90% of it is all thanks to Carl at Ninja Works. So a big shout out to Carl. And we've got Carl's son Caleb on the course right now, flying through this so far.
Caleb's already qualified for the NNL final in Michigan.
So with the NNL, you can compete at multiple different qualifiers, qualifying courses. So Caleb here, he has qualified in a different region. But since he was going to be here anyway, he figured why not compete and show off his skills. And I think he's showcasing them quite nicely right now. A huge swing and a great catch right there on the first wing nut. Yes! Caleb showing off those awesome skills, man. Coming down now onto the domino run. Only thing left is the 12-foot warp wall. First attempt with a one-handed grab. He's up and smacks that buzzer with a nice little celly on top of the warp wall. You gotta love the enthusiasm. Caleb Butner, everyone. Correction, that's Caleb Bittner, everyone. What a great run there.
45-69.
Sage Mealy currently on the course. Through the first 3 obstacles, doing very well. And she keeps those feet up. Nice. Straight through the rope swing. Oh, and just in, we have our last female competitor, Autumn. Actually, our last female completion competitor, Autumn, in the building. So, Autumn, you want to say hi to everyone?
Hi.
So, Autumn here is going to take us through what she was thinking on those wing nuts. Autumn, that was absolutely fantastic run. So, on those wing nuts, what was going through your head?
I thought I was going to fall before I even competed, but then I kind of just pushed through and made it.
That's right, and it was awesome to watch. It was I think that's the first time that you've ever gotten the wing nuts. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so great job, Autumn. That was so much fun to watch. Keep kicking butt. Alrighty, and back here now we've got Sage Mealy on the course. So far, so good through obstacle 7. And we've got a good test of this upper body coming up here. Sage looking killer through that rock hold alley. Let's see how she does on the wing nuts. So far, we've only had 1 female competitor make it through this obstacle. Sage would be our second if she does complete them. She's got a hand on there. Let's see if she can get her second one over there. And she does it. Big swing here. You really want to use those hips.
So another thing making this obstacle a little bit difficult for these competitors today is they're going from right to left. And on the show, the wing nuts go left to right. So that's a different swinging motion and a different transition, going to the left instead of the right.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like too much of a big difference on paper, but once you're actually up there, it's totally different. You're going a complete opposite direction. You're leading with the opposite side, so it definitely throws you off.
And another thing about this obstacle, it is in a blind spot for the competitors, so they do not get to see anybody attempt this obstacle until they get up there themselves. It's in a higher up area, so they can't see it while they're waiting to compete. So they don't get to see other people's failures and learn from them.
Upstairs anymore, so hold on one second.
I was gonna say, when I walked in
Up now, we've got another Warrior Factory curriculum competitor. This is Lorenzo. A good save there, a good save there. So he's going to want to throw those hips in the opposite direction in order to even out his body. And it looks like he learned there at the end. Very smooth through the second half of that obstacle. Keep those feet up, and he's good.
Sounds bad. Come on, you can look at the comments now.
Alrighty, so we also do have the live feed up here. So anyone that is commenting on this live feed, we will be able to respond to your comments. So please, we encourage everyone to comment, share your thoughts. We'd love to interact through our live feed here. So please share your thoughts, share your comments. We see here that we've got a best looking wingnut replica that they've ever seen. Devious Dan, we appreciate the love on that. We had one of our ninjas come in from, I believe, Atlanta to build those. So we appreciate the love on that. Definitely put a lot of time into that. Oh, and a close second attempt there for Lorenzo. Come on, buddy, you got this. Last attempt, take a breath and get up there. Come on. Oh. And a great job. Currently on the course, we have Madison Ames, age 11. So far, so good. And she makes her way. Oh! A devastating miss there on the ring maze. So just stepping into the booth here, we have Noah, our official youth tester of the day. Noah, so tell me, you tested this course. What did you find was the most difficult obstacle that you had to deal with?
Oh, it's definitely the wing nuts, because they're already hard to begin with, and after a very long course, you're really tired and you gotta get some big swings and you gotta hold on really tight. It's definitely the hardest obstacle.
That's right. I could definitely see that being the case, as we've had over 10 competitors go out on the wing nuts alone as their first obstacle going out. So if you have any tips for the competitors on the wing nuts, what would you recommend being, number one priority on the wing nuts in order to beat the obstacle? This is what you must do.
All right, to beat the wing nuts, you definitely have to get some really big swings. You gotta overshoot it, and then that way you'll come right down onto it, and then that way you can just grab onto the front.
Use that grip strength,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Definitely. So, well, awesome, Noah. I appreciate you weighing in on this. I'm sure we're gonna have you testing pretty soon on this next course, so you got to get yourself ready. All right.
All right, thank you.
Yep. So we've got Paige on the course right now. Her younger sister, Gwyneth, actually competed in our earlier division, and she took second, so she will be moving on to Michigan for the finals coming up in February. Let's see if Paige can keep the wagon going and continue this streak of making it to the national finals.
I would check the.
And a devastating fall on that first wing nut. But that's quite all right. Paige still did a great job making it all the way to the 8th obstacle. Oh, and she sticks the landing on the dominoes. First attempt at the warp wall, and she's got it with ease. Paige Husson, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, with a flex on top of the warp wall to seal it. Very nice, Paige. Unmute me. Alrighty, so we're going to take a quick look at our leaderboard right now. Caleb Bittner still in first place with a crazy time of 1 minute and 45 seconds. And shortly behind there, Autumn, who we actually interviewed a few moments ago. Still, what an amazing run. Our first and only female competitor that conquered the Wingnuts and slapped that buzzer. Looking at a very close race here in the top 3 spots for both men and women.
Yeah, this is all I did. This is all I did.
And up next on the starting block, we have Alex Galante, a fellow Buffalo Ninja, coming to showcase his skills here at the Rochester qualifying course at the Warrior Factory. Alex here is a strong competitor, so let's see how he does at this difficult qualifying course. He's really moving right now. And he's keeping that pace all the way through the ring toss. And he got it. Wow. I was a little nervous there. I don't know why, man. That rope swing has been taking some people out. Ooh, a small stumble there on the barrel log. Alrighty, now right into his strength. Alex Galante with a big upper body strength here. Let's see how he fares on the second half of the course. Alex Galante, wow, skipping that last ring. And now comes the Wingnuts. He's gotten there quite fast. But in order to move on, he's definitely going to have to complete these, so. Alrighty, looks like we've got some comments here on the live feed. Dr. Agon, yes, we have had two people pass the Wingnuts on their first attempt without falling, and then another couple that have passed it, but they had fallen previously on the course, which means that their time stopped back then. And actually, currently, right now, Alex Galante, as we're watching, just completed the Wingnuts. He's the second male competitor to complete the Wingnuts at his first attempt. Easily through the balance dominoes. All he's got to do now is hit this 12-foot warp wall. On his first attempt, wow. Another buzzer slapper there. Alex Galante, ladies and gentlemen. One of Buffalo's ninjas. What a great job. And another local ninja here from the Warrior Factory out of Rochester, New York. We've got Ben Kazel, age 11. Oh, and it appears that he caught his foot on the red mat there on the rope swing. Again, we've seen that a few times today. Definitely something to be cautious about. So Devious Dan, yes, 3 people have completed now. Actually, Alex Galante made that 4, but of those 4, only 3 did that to count towards their run. Prior to that, the other kid, he fell prior to that, so that was just him finishing out the course. But Mason Everett was the first one in the competition to do it, and then we had Autumn, one of our female competitors, do it as well, in an unbelievable run. So if you guys missed that, if there's a capability of going back to watch that, I definitely would. And Ben Kazel on his first attempt, hitting that 12-foot warp wall. He's got 7 seconds on the countdown. Wow, just in time. Currently on the course, we have Mateo Kelly, age 11. He previously he's already qualified for the finals, the National Ninja League finals, because he competed at a region before this one. So he is running this pretty much just for fun, because he, in fact, already has qualified. Still good to get some practice in, and definitely to work out those nerves on a live course like this. Devious Dan just wrote in again. I didn't know they allowed that maneuver on the wing nuts. For the 11 to 12 bracket, we were allowing that maneuver just because this is a more difficult obstacle, as it was on American Ninja Warrior, and these wing nuts are actually perfectly to scale. So, 21 years old is the age to compete on American Ninja Warrior, so obviously 11 and 12 could use a little bit of an advantage. So to answer your question, that is why we allowed the maneuver. So back to the course here. Mateo Kelly absolutely demolishing this course. Oh, and he hangs on. So right now he should reach back for that back ring to get him another couple pumps in to build up some momentum, which it looks like he's doing now. Oh, but unfortunately his grip gave out just before then. To answer Backyard Ninja Warriors comment, look at that, Devious Dan weighed in before me, just in the nick of time there, Dan. So the adult are tomorrow from 1 to 3. So you had it right the first time, Dan. We have Noel Reyes in the competition, Henry from Ninja for a Cure. We also have, let me check our list for competitors. Give me 1 second. We also have Rachel Goldstein competing tomorrow. As well as Justin Conway, the operator of Brooklyn Zoo down in Brooklyn. Another ninja gym. We also have a few more competing that have slipped the mind at the moment. We have Eli Chevalier as well competing in the adult bracket for tomorrow. Ernest Phillips. So those are just a few of the bigger name ninjas that we have competing in our qualifying course tomorrow at 1 p.m. for adults, Eastern Time. Oh, and unfortunately, David's run ends on the wing nuts, but a great run leading up to that. Let's see how he finishes on the dominoes and the 12-foot warp wall. currently on the course is Nicholas Baldwin. Looks like he is part of Team Saratoga from the Ninja Garage. So far, moving very smoothly through this course. And he clears. Now we move on to the upper body. Oh, and unfortunately he has a tough spill there on the ring maze. Oh, and it appears his grip just gave out on that first wing nut. So if you're just tuning in now, we're just rounding off on the last few competitors here for our mature kids bracket. This is competitor number... this is the preteen, I'm sorry, not mature kids. This is competitor number 30 right now. So we have 2 more after him. A huge shout out to all the competitors giving it their all today. They are doing absolutely outstanding. We knew we threw a tricky course at them and a very upper body intensive, but they are all giving it their best and they are crushing this course. Nicholas with a great grab there on the wall. Let's just see if he can get himself over now. This is the 11th obstacle of the course, so at this point his arms are taxed. We've got Kevin Catone here, the younger brother of one of our staff members, Sarah. He again is a local ninja. This is his home course, so let's see how he does on this obstacle course. It's a very difficult qualifying course. With a great rhythm through that third obstacle there, the ring toss. And unfortunately, looks like his foot caught that red mat there, so his time did stop, in fact. But still a very strong competitor. Again, those little mistakes, man, they can really get you. He's cruising through the ring maze. That's just so unfortunate that his foot touched the mat there. Such a strong competitor. One-handing that banana and that cannonball. Spectacular. And Kevin Catone here, he's got his family and friends alongside him cheering him on. Even though he went out on an early obstacle, he's still giving it all. He's still crushing this course right now. with a good try there, attempting to get to that first wing nut. Yeah, on his first attempt, nailing that 12-foot warp wall. And a great run out of Kevin Catone. On the course here we have Riley Gangarosa, age 11. She is the final competitor of this age bracket. Unfortunately, early on in the course, she had a small slip-up which did stop her time. But she is still doing a great job on the back half of this course. Oh, and just inches away there on her second attempt. She has one final attempt now. Oh. And a great run from Riley Gangarosa. That is our final competitor of the bracket. So now a look at our leaderboard.
We've got 4 finishers today. A few that came really close. That wing nut obstacle was extremely difficult, taking out most of our competitors. But as you can see from the webcast, we have our top 8 in front of you. Caleb Bittner with the fastest time today, extremely impressive. Autumn Matheson, again, another extremely impressive run. Great to see people finishing the course and taking on this extremely difficult course.
Congratulations, Alex. In second place with a time of 2:16.84, also qualified for the National Ninja League Finals, Mason Evarts. And in first place with a crazy time of 1:45.69, also qualifying for the National Ninja League Finals for his second time, Caleb Bittner. Stay right there, guys. We're going to get pictures with shirts. I'm also going to let you know what that means. Since Caleb has already qualified, we take the fourth spot, which in this case is Bobby Melcher. Congratulations, you're qualified. Bobby, stay right there for now. Stay right there. Great job. We're going to get a picture with all the sponsors here in 1 second. There we go. All right, get that pic. Great job, guys. Congratulations, guys. Congratulations. Ready for 4 qualifiers for the National Ninja League Finals. Got 2 representing from Golden Machine Fitness in Buffalo. Congratulations, Jerry. Golden Machine Fitness is in Buffalo. Great job.
I can't imagine what the other.
All right, hot dog guys, we're going to announce the ladies now.
Because there was a big difference between we were here for 9 and 10, and then they changed the course. Last night, how you doing that? Yeah, each age group is way different. Yeah, it's cool.
All right. In third place, with a time of 1:57.13, Kay Tucson. Coming in second place, also qualifying for the National Ninja League Finals, Anella Bolster. Nelly Bolster. Congratulations. And I don't think anybody can forget this run. Finishing second overall in the entire division. First for the ladies, qualified for the National Ninja League Finals, Autumn Matheson. Congratulations, ladies. All 3 of these ladies are first-time qualifiers, so these are the 3 that will be going to the National Ninja League Finals in Michigan in February. Congratulations again, ladies. Hold up those shirts with pride. Also, the first place finishers in both divisions get a free pair of New Balance Dante Fresh Chrome sneakers. We get a card with that, fill it out, get it back to us, we'll send you those sneakers. Those are the ninja shoes of choice. We all wear them on the show. They will absolutely increase your ninja skills by 10. Oh, there you go. There's a perfect example of why our show is all about sneakers. Nothing to do with her. Congratulations, ladies, and everybody. Thank you guys for making this first competition here at the Warrior Factory a success. Be sure to grab the memorabilia on the way out. Like us, tag us, rate us, all that good stuff. If you did something wrong, don't tell us about it. We don't care. No, I'm kidding. Let us know. That's how we roll. But thank you guys all for coming. Great job, everybody.